Hey everyone, this is going to be my review on Batman Catwoman number 2, which is the ongoing maxi series by Tom King over at DC, which was created because they cut him short on his actual Batman because, well, he kind of tanked the sales into the ground a little bit too hard, and so DC said, okay, you can have this one, as he put it, outside the bounds of continuity, uh, since he's an overdramatic child. Just kidding, he's a man, probably. Uh, so yeah, just to start the review off is the really interesting covers that are being put out by this. You know, Jim Lee, the artist here, who's an artist I really look up to and admire, has drawn a really kind of almost boring cover with seemingly not a lot to it, but if you've read the stories at all, it's almost oddly fitting to have Batman kind of just sitting here in the background facing everything with the Joker in between him and Catwoman, which in the last issue, these two were acting really chummy, a lot chummier than usual, and as you'll see in this one even, they're kind of bantering and dancing as though they have a, let's see, is it this one actually? Yeah. No, it's actually the last one. Sorry, anyway, but kind of as though they're a little bit closer. And even in the future parts of this, which since it's in sort of three different timelines, the way that they kind of talk to each other, aside from the fact that she wants to, murder him, uh, is very familiar. And they're both criminals, but I don't know, it just kind of rubbed me in the wrong way. Like, are they a thing and he doesn't know about it? It seems like that's one of the implications. Joker seems to be some sort of in a relationship with someone in this story. There's got to be a reason he's focusing on him so much. I mean, it's Tom King. He'd take any opportunity to make Batman look like a loser. So you open it up with the Tim Burton inspired font with bat and cat, uh, and the mansion whose windows are for every issue. Kind of stale. This is Batman, I guess, looking through the window. So yeah, it begins with the where the last issue left off with old Joker and old Catwoman talking, and Batman discovering that, oh my gosh, that guy's dead and the Joker killed him. And oh, the Phantasm killed someone too. Who did she kill? I don't know. Let's ask him. Apparently she killed a grunt worker who loaded piranhas. And well, that's it, really. Catwoman goes to talk to the Joker, and she's really mad at him because of the fact that now Batman's onto her. So she committed a crime, and she's blaming the Joker for the fact that Batman's going to be mad at her for committing the crime. By the way, if you look at this artwork, Clay Mann is just doing a phenomenal job with the detail in this book, and of course the figure. I mean, look at that butt. It's a nice butt, right? But pun intended. You know, not only do the women have nice butts, but the men. Oh my gosh, the men. Just amazing butts. Clayman draws the best butts in comic books ever. So that I wouldn't recommend this for the story, but if you want to see good butts both for men and women, I'm pretty sure Batman has a has a nice butt, somewhere in here, right? Is that it? Nope, it's hidden. Uh I'm just saying, if you want nice butts from all of your characters, men and women, go with Clayman. He does a phenomenal job on the butts. Anyway, sorry. So yeah, she kicks the hell out of a guard and starts cussing at the Joker, which the Joker is just kind of chill. He's like, okay, yeah, whatever. And she throws a coin at him, which subsequently knocks him out of his chair. I guess she must have like a pitcher's arm, right? Uh, so the weird thing about this issue is nothing really happens, or at least nothing unpredictable happens, right? Like, oh, the Joker's getting Catwoman some water, and they're talking about that stupid wedding from, Batman issue 50, all that long time ago, that fiasco. And oh, believe it or not, the Joker wants to kill Catwoman before, she kills him. Uh, there he is. Nice shot here. Basic shot. He shoots up the pillow, or the chair where she was sitting, but surprise, he didn't kill her. Who would have thought the main character of the series isn't Batman? It's actually her. So then they get into this fight, and not these two, not yet. You guys can wait. Yeah, so they get into this fight. She's like, "Oh, you have no idea how long I've been waiting to do this. I'm thinking of Beaumont." That's what she is saying for some reason. And I guess what she's implying is that she's always wanted to kill the Joker. I mean, she even, as she put it, begged him on her darn knees. And, well, I guess he never let her. So they catch the Joker because the Joker wants them to catch him because Beaumont wants to kill him. Presumably because he's the boy's father. And by the boy, I mean her son's father. That's kind of my guess. It's not like I'm the world's greatest detective, so what do I know? And, well, you know, in the past present, Batman is onto them. You know, he's like, "Oh, Catwoman, you might have helped him." And she's like, "No, how? Why would I help steal something cat-shaped?" So he asks her, he says, "You know, I've done this before. I won't do it with the lies again. I won't build it with lies." And she says, "Ask me." And he says, "Were you there with the Joker?" And she tells the truth. Just kidding, she lies. Yeah. And then, of course, she gets the upper hand on the Joker somehow, and, well, she kills him. So yeah, that was pretty much the issue. Not much else happened in between. Just really nice shots of all the characters. Just to kind of take a second to look at the artwork. I mean, Clayman, and forgive me if I pronounce this wrong, but Tamu Mori just draw absolutely phenomenal. Not draw, but they work together like peanut butter and jelly. The way that Clay has such an amazing, unique style that is like a Jim Lee, but really, really smooth. And the way that Mori is able to bounce his colors off of him just makes for really incredible artwork, which is personally why I'm keeping up with the series, because I adore Clayman's artwork. He's really an amazing artist. If you look closely, his not only is his attention to detail just absolutely incredible, but his figure work as well, as I was mentioning earlier with the male and female butts. I mean, just look at Batman. He's sculpted like an Adonis figure right here with every bit of his anatomy just completely right. The legs are a little bit interesting. He took some interesting liberties with the legs here, but aside from that, just absolutely amazing shots, even in the background. Again, Clay's attention to detail is just absolutely phenomenal. So, coming from an artist's perspective, you know, that's incentive enough for me to buy it, but I wouldn't recommend it to anybody else who wants a good story, because it seems like Tom King doesn't really know what he's doing. And one of the main things is he's kind of confusing the reader, and, you know, it's kind of, as Jerry Seinfeld would put it, a story about nothing. Because nothing, again, happens, which is really all I can say. I'm at a loss for words, but not in the good way. A staple if you want to write like Tom King. Make your readers really confused, but not for the good reason, for the bad reason, which is just called bad writing, honestly, if we're being real here. So yeah, that's the story. You know, Batman's not really Batman in it. He's kind of just, I'm a man who's pretending to be Batman, and Catwoman's telling me what to do. And, you know, I listen to her instead of doing my duty as a crime fighter to fight crime. I'm just kind of letting her lie to me. And when you really look at it, it's really, really, really weird for someone like Batman to be acting like this. But it's kind of expected from Tom King at this point. Not to dog on him or anything, but he hasn't been that original of a writer lately. He seems to almost be parroting himself. And all of his, you know, special series seem to be, just so happen to be 12 issues long, which I'm just saying 12 issues for any series is ambitious. And out of all the series that he has right now, this is probably the only one that can justifiably be 12 issues long, because it's carrying 3 stories. The other stories that he's doing simply don't have enough substance to warrant having 12 issues, in my opinion. And whenever you see the way that they're overwritten, it's really telling that it's just not good. I'm sorry I don't have anything nice to say about it, but you know, it is what it is, right? So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that review on the story about nothing. If it sounded like I had nothing to say, well, blame that on him, right? He had nothing to put down. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If it's a little bit rough, I apologize. It is my first time, so but yeah, hopefully y'all took something from it. And you know, later videos are gonna be about story, about artwork. I'm gonna try to have a wide variety of things up on the channel. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys come back, like and subscribe. And yeah, see ya.